Yada da boy. Wonder Twins about to activate another episode. Yuck Mouth and Goose the Great, man. Wait for my Wonder Twin to tap in. In the meantime, we gonna do the tap in. You dig? Seeing where everybody tap in from, let them notifications go out. You feel me? Hit them likes, man. Hit that subscription too, man. If you like these motherfucking like the like the wave. You feel me? Because we out here with a wave, a serious wave on Yuck Mouth TV, man. There go my partner in grind. Goose the motherfucking great, man. Let's get up in there, man.
Hey.
What it do, playboy?
What's going on, man? My twin.
Locked in, man. It's time to activate, boy. Where you drink
Let's
at?
do it. Let's do it. It's 92 degrees out here. So,
Where you at in Atlanta still?
no, I'm in
Yada
Vegas.
da.
Activate. Yada da.
Activate. Mm.
Straight out the bottle. Here we go.
Ah, shit. Oof.
Ah,
You on Nicholson Garden on the tap in. I see you, Pennsylvania on the tap in. Yada da, man. Diz in this motherfucker. What up, Diz?
man, it's gonna be a great one tonight. It's gonna be a
Good
good one.
looking. Good looking on the interview last night too, Diz. Did we do it last night? It was the
Yeah,
night before, I think. That was last night?
no, it's night before. You did the night before.
Night before, yeah. Because last night we went to Snoop shit. Right after I
Okay.
did Diz shit, we went to the strip club. The strip club
Okay.
was lit. The strip club was lit. But the following night, last night, we went to Snoop shit. Snoop was out there in Tulsa, Oklahoma, performing him, Cube, and Warren G.
Oh yeah,
So
they
I
on
went,
tour.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, I swung through there, fuck with them right quick, blessed them with a super care pack. You know what I mean? Made
Right.
sure their lungs was right. You know what I mean? And this dude that had this NFT photo for Snoop that Snoop posted up hella long ago. And I met
Right.
the dude that actually made the whole shit for him. So I was able to get the paint of the picture and bring it to Snoop personally. You know what
That's
I
dope.
mean? So he got that motherfucker in his hands, and you know what I mean. The dude that did the photo for him, you know what I mean, was able to chop it up with Snoop, take pictures and shit. So you know, it was a power move. You know, Snoop needed
Yeah,
that motherfucker. Yeah, he
you
needed that one.
definitely.
When he posted it, it got like 4 million hits or something. It was crazy.
Wow.
It's like a Snoop Dogg and a clay figure, but he's stuffing the turkey with weed.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
it's
dope.
hella dope. Uh-huh. Dope as shit.
That's dope.
Louisiana on the tap in. I see you, boy. Hartford, Connecticut in this motherfucker, man. Smoke Shop TV. I see you. Activating the Columbus. Yuck.
Activate
Said yuck on
everybody.
said yuck on Death Row Records. Not quite, man. We're gonna let Snoop do what he do. But I noticed that Snoop took all that shit off iTunes. He NFTing the music now. So try to go look at Doggy Style on iTunes. That shit ain't on there no more.
He took it off.
He took all that shit off. He NFTing it. All the music, you know. Said
Wow.
cut the middleman out, you know.
That's dope. Yeah. Get everything. Get all the money.
Get all the Luciano, baby.
Yeah.
Pasadena in
Get
this
all the
motherfucker.
money.
I see you. Yeah, Pasadena in this motherfucker. House
What's
Reps.
up,
We see what's
Pasadena? What's
happening.
up, PBL?
Free to Gov, you know.
Oh man, I know we have a good interview tonight, but did you see what Kanye West did?
Hell yeah. You see Cam back up in the building one more time.
Yes, indeed. So you
What happened
saw
to
you
Cam?
saw you saw Kanye get dressed like a mailman and go to Pete Davidson's house.
Hell no. Come on, Cam. What it do, Playboy?
So yeah.
Back in the building, man. I seen your dude this weekend, yesterday.
Who that?
Ice Cube. I was at
Oh,
their show. Him, Snoop, and Warren had a show in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I just got back from out there.
okay.
Uh-huh. Shit
So,
was lit. It was him and Dub C.
so they showed you love.
Hell yeah, you know that, bro. You know that, man. That's how it's backstage because of Snoop. You know what I mean? So salute to Snoop, Bobby Deep presents. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Yeah, Bobby D let me back there, so I was Gucci, baby.
salute. That's what's up. I love to hear that.
What do you say? Kanye went dressed up as somebody? Come on, man. Is that really him?
Yeah, Kanye dressed up as a mailman and went to Pete Davidson's house.
What
Can,
happened?
can they prove that was him?
Right.
Yeah, it's right here.
Who? TMZ? Who reported that?
Shit, all the locations. You can Google it. Here he is. Hold on. Make it big for you.
He impersonating a federal worker.
Yeah, that's him like a motherfucker. What the fuck, man? If this motherfucking people don't get, man, who the fuck is what they call
Now let
the
me tell you
people?
what he did do smart. He didn't have the mail bag with mail in it. That would have done it if he was carrying around mail. He had like
What
a
he's
regular bag, but he dressed up
nigga.
like a mailman going to Pete Davidson's house.
Okay, what happened when he got to his house?
The cops were called.
So Pete didn't come out. He didn't want no smoke.
No, he didn't.
He told them to meet him at this motherfucking booth at the Laker game so they could talk one-on-one.
Kanye going to prison pretty soon, dog.
Better leave that nigga alone, man.
You gonna put a training order out on dude.
Man, look, when the nigga had the costume people having make a replica of Kim's trees and dressed up like a tree and was going around the house. Hey man, he got the best Hollywood people to duplicate the tree, and that nigga was dressed like a tree walking around the house.
Nigga
You
crazy,
know how crazy
man.
you gotta be?
Did that really happen, my nigga? Or you just making some shit up? This nigga dressed like a tree is hella mania if it's
Let
true.
me show you that one. Okay, hold on, stand by.
Hold on, you hella lying, bruh. You better not, that nigga better not be dressed as no goddamn tree, man.
Kanye dressed like a tree outside of Kim's house.
Oh, hell no, bro. His handlers, right? That's what they call Cam, the handler.
Yeah, his handlers, man, they handling correct.
Man, his handlers need to get him, period. TK on the tap in right now, man.
Hold on,
TK,
let me
what's up with TK? What's up with the Playboy?
Man, what's up, my good peoples?
Oh man, you got Goose the Great, you got Cam in this motherfucker, man. Yuck mouth, man.
Yeah, that. What's up, my good peoples? I talked to Goose a little earlier today.
How you doing, brother?
Man, you know I'm good, man. You know you was lacing me with some good ism a little earlier.
Hey man, man, I never started Purple Rain, but I'm still a prince.
All right. TK,
Yeah,
it look like you on the move, man. What you doing?
Man, you know, I'm just sitting in the truck right now. We got the studio filled up. I got my new group out here from Detroit, the Allah unit. Some my good peoples from East Warren. I got a group of young 5%ers from out there, street dudes. Some of them been in the can. Some of them young teenagers. And they just out here, spitting that street knowledge. It's something that the game need. I done had a lot of death and a lot of things around me. So, I got to give back to the game in some type of way. So, we've been bringing them out here. We got them in the Bin Laden Sprinter. And they just came out here from the D. And we putting it together.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Speaking of groups, man, you got your hands in a lot of people. You manage, right?
Yeah,
The Shoreline Mafia.
Yeah, I brought out Shoreline Mafia, 03 GREEDO, assisted Draco for his rise.
Rest in peace to the Draco, man.
Yeah. Sleep well to Draco the ruler. Let me see, man. Shit. One Take J, AZ Che. The new thing we got, I don't know if y'all know Money Sign Sway, they call him Kodak Brown.
Kodak Brown.
Kodak Brown. So he's signing my imprint over at Atlantic. I got an imprint called Machine Works. And Wally the Sensei, I don't know if y'all know him. He had a song called 03 Flow that was real big in LA last year. He's at Capitol. And then we had we got YS. He was over at Alamo. Then what else we got? We just signed ASM Bop. I don't know if y'all heard that it's called One Bitch. It's everywhere right now. It's that song, baby. I like the way you move. If you ain't heard it, you're hearing it the next day or two. It's everywhere.
Okay.
So I just signed him to 300, and then we just did a new distribution deal for a new company. It's me, my partner King Trub, my brother Doc in New York, my cousin from Tennessee, Theop, and my business partner on everything, Picasso. So we really excited about that. This the first place I ever talked about. We was going to announce the deal, you know, to the general public sometime next week. But y'all got the scoop. And we also got a distribution deal with Orchard, and we have a working relationship with Empire. So I'm making my business, you know, to fuck with everything. I done had my hands in everything out here for the last 5 years. And now we doing shows direct with AEG, no middleman. So I don't need no booking agent. Shout out to Golden Voice and shout out to AEG. So working that, working publishing, sync work, NFT. I opened up a new NFT lounge, Snoopy and Ross and who else? Jim Jones and Timberland, all them out here. The NFT LA is Monday through Thursday next week. So we got the official NFT LA awards at a gallery. So man, I'm just hustling, man. I got my hands on everything and just making sure that you know how this game is, man. If you don't come in the right way, you know, you had the opportunity to work with somebody like Jay Prince. You've had the opportunity to work with Chris Hicks and all them type of people. So, you know, I'm a follower of what the Bay Area, from City Hall distribution to Too Short, you know, when I was a preteen and a teenager, listening to Short. And you know, as you know, that the game is very exploitive, even with people that you love. So what I try to do, and what I do, I ain't gonna say what I strive and what I will, is that every person that I deal with understands how they come into it. So I think I've had success because we've done that. And with anything else, you're gonna have people and things that just don't get it. I had a lot of people that just don't get it. But you know, we've been working with all these acts, and we're gonna continue to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
salute, man. You giving the youth a motherfucking a way out. You know what I mean? You helping motherfuckers when people wouldn't. You know what I mean? So thank God for you, bro, because you putting on a lot of youth. You know what I mean? Giving them game and shit. Speaking of that, man, is it difficult? Like having them young artists, I know they get into all types of street shit and you know what I mean, in and out of jail, in and out of court and shit. Is it hard to deal with that? You know what I mean? Do it make the job harder or you it come this what come with it?
Now, I want, you know, it's for sure what come with it, but I think we could all, everybody this on this knows that if you over 30 years old, if you just over 30 years old, man, and you know it's a totally different world, right? And these kids, they coming up, we call it crashing. They just crashing. So because they crashing, I do have to deal with parole officers. I do have to deal with probation. I do have to deal with court cases. I do have to deal, unfortunately, with, you know, funerals and trust for kids and shit like that. I just think it's reflective of the times we live in. Man, my main thing ain't even the kids. It's just the system of exploitation. It's a very exploitive system, and if the, it's based on division. It just ain't the music. It's just based on division. So it's like if me and you come in and you was in a group. You know, I think you was a teenager when you started. So you was in a group, and just say you may be more the face, or maybe somebody else contributes more in the background, and they closer to the president. The whole thing is to divide what you have. So, you know, the regular shit, I just look at that as regular. Uh that's just regular shit where we come from. So that ain't really that hard. It's just a division because it when you add that on top of what else is going on, it just becomes damn near impo. Like it used to be like somebody like, oh, little bro, he popping because you know, he got a gold record. Like, to be honest, certain shit you can't even get on the way off the road. You can't even get it on the street now. You can't even get it, you know what I mean? It don't even start. It's like you the hottest in your section or you the hottest in your city. And where you used to go gold and platinum, after that, it's like it could go that quick. You could just crash out, whether that's something happens to you or you go to jail. So that is the most frustrating for me over them, is just that division that come in where something happens and then you got to fight the label, you got to fight the distributor to keep that attention. Because if you get sentenced to 5 years, you know, the practical business thing is to say leave that alone. But as we know now, with as you can see with NFTs and all that shit, everything is intellectual properties. A rhyme that somebody wrote, Tupac could have told somebody in '96, "I love you" on a piece of paper, and that could be sold to somebody in perpetuity for a lot of money. So it ain't it's part of the business. But I just wish, you know, the crash out wasn't the emphasis. You feel me?
Yeah, agreed, man. Like when you're dealing with street rappers, like you say, it comes with it. It definitely comes with it. But that's why I kind of hung up my CEO boots, man, because it was too much of a fucking headache, man. I got my own kids, and when I gotta really take care of niggas, take care of they after they got their advance, still paying their motherfucking mortgage, still paying rent, car
Ooh.
notes and shit. Like, man, I got my own kids, bro, and we ain't made not one red nickel yet. You know what I mean? We in the red all the
Ooh.
way, my nigga. And then when you don't do it, they want to beef with you. You know what I mean? I guess because I'm a rapper, they want to make a rhyme about me and shit. But yo, I was solid, man. Motherfuckers basically got free money. You know what I mean? We never put out no music to get that recouped. You know what I mean? So me, I just got tired of it. Tired of it because you put so much money up, so much time and resources just to get spit on. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers spin your hand like you never did shit. So it's like, why even do it? You know? That's
Yeah,
for me
most
though.
of
That's for
most
me.
of them will tell you haven't done shit. Most of them will even tell you that. That have the nerve to tell you haven't done shit after you invested time, money, and sweat equity and so forth. Salam alaikum, brothers.
Walaikum salam.
Right.
Mm.
Alaikum
You know what's
salam, my
crazy?
brother.
Walaikum
Ah,
salam
You know
wa
what's
rahmatullah.
crazy about that? Because this is one thing, and Yuck, I think just to play on that, I want to speak on a lot of game because I think this is a platform to do it. So when I say an exploitive system, if you are a certain like I have joint ventures and I have partnerships with labels, which is a totally different situation than like if you would say, hey, I'm the head of urban music at blah blah blah, or I'm vice president, or I'm the A&R of marketing. I mean, I'm the head of A&R, vice president, whatever. Those are positions within the system. Anybody you see, whether it's the Coach K's, the P's, the man, you know, anybody that's really doing it, whack, anybody that's really doing it, bro, we really doing it on our own. And what I mean by that is you responsible for your own taxes, you responsible for your own dental, you responsible for your own medical. That's just you. That's I mean, you have a family, then you have to include those things into it. So when you just say what you're saying, it's like I don't think people have ever really told. Like nobody told me on my taxes. I know taxes, but I'm saying I didn't know taxes in a certain bracket, and I didn't know taxes explained as a S corp and shit like that. And I'm around a lot of people that got bread. Nobody ever sat me down and explained to that how to do that. So I think once you get in the system itself, to have an advance and somebody say I'm gonna give you an advance 6 figures and not say, hey, you're gonna get based on what your tax bracket now, and us being a corporation and us sending this off to you, you're automatically California is gonna come after your ass. The tax review board in the city of LA is gonna come after your ass. The federal government is gonna come after your ass. So that 100,000, 200,000, $500,000, $1 million, whatever it is, you're gonna have to pay that back. And then that's just regular shit. Then the shows you get. So I don't even think fully people explain to these kids what it is. I have to explain to them. So I don't like yuck. I really don't be doing that type of shit. Like my business partner, he's more hands on with the artist. I definitely separate myself from that. I'm not like a real studio person. I'm not really because I have to fight. Once again, you have to fight like if somebody's like I'm Yuck's manager and you like these are the conditions that I want, then me and the lawyer or me myself, I create the structure for the deal. He reinforces it. There has to be you can't be ambiguous. You can't be one of the people like, yeah, I'm kind of with y'all and I got 3 other acts over here. That's not how it works. So and once again, it's to say get Yuck to work, get TK to work, get Kenny Kingpin to like get them to work, get this executive. That's not. There's no equity in that. Like I ain't finna work for y'all. I don't work for y'all. Like we have a deal. I'm not at the company meetings. I don't share in profit other than that. Like if they have a great year and they do 100, 200 over what they was expecting to do, I don't get an extra. They don't change my royalty rate because of that. You understand what I'm saying? So I have no. I'm just over there with y'all, and it's great relationships. But at the end, you have to fully understand as a business person, like how do you change your deals? How do you renegotiate? How do you, like I try to educate all my youngsters in that, and I done had some of them. This is we 13. I think we 6 gold records, like 13 gold and platinum records. We got 4 new we got 2 new gold records and 2 new platinum, right? GREEDO about to have 2 new platinum records, and Shoreline has I think 3 or 4, 2 platinum and 2 gold, something like that.
Okay, wait a
So
minute. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry to interrupt, TK. You say
yeah,
Guido have how many records?
he has right now. He has a Trap House went gold. It'll be platinum, or it's platinum right now.
And all
Okay.
this has
And
been
then
since he's been incarcerated.
yep, this will be his. He has 2 platinum substance will be platinum 2, and then Wiley should be close to gold with 03 flow.
So currently, how long
So
has he been incarcerated?
my brother went down in 18. He went down late June in 18.
And he's
So
still
free
putting numbers
4
up
03.
years.
like that. That's a
Almost
move.
4 years.
Yep, almost 4 years. He didn't get to enjoy nothing with us. I got him in his deal with Todd Moscovich. Shout out to 03 GREEDO. Shout out to my good peoples over there in the community in Watts, Runch, Montana, and shout out Gooch. Them is my good brothers over there too. So we got with them in 18 and signed the deal at the end of 18. So GREEDO was actually buzzing in 17. GREEDO was the impetus of a lot of stuff. Draco was actually in jail, and GREEDO and Picasso. Picasso is like the creative part of what I do. He does all of he's in there right now, A&R. So he's A&R some big records. He works with all the black fashion brands in LA. Shout out to Wicked Thoughts. Shout out to Anwar Carrots. Man, he works with all the dudes. Shout out to Joe Fresh Goods in Chicago. P's very influential in A&R and just creativity. So I started going out to New York, and my family out there anyway. I started going out there for business in like 17 on GREEDO with ironically with 300, and it went from 300 to Alamo to I think Interscope was close, and Atlantic, and just Todd was the only person. Shout out Todd Moscovitz. Todd was the only person that understood that he had this jail shit, and at the time, GREEDO had close to 2,000 songs. He
Damn.
probably did.
Wow.
When I met him, he had 1,000 songs, and then he
Damn.
did 1,000 songs, homie. He did 1,000 songs in under 7 months. He would just stay in the studio all night, bro. It was crazy, bro. How he would do songs. He would do like 10 songs, and like if he did 10 songs, no port. If this nigga did 10 songs, like 6 of them shits was fire, and the other 4 he would work on them. So his that's why you said like he's been incarcerated for 4 years and been able to get put out, because we've been able to work with Alamo hand in hand. Picasso's been able to A&R the records, and we have full access to the vocals, and we have full access to things where we able to get producers. He just had a single with the Blue Bloods Clan a month ago. We've been putting things out independently on them in conjunction with Alamo through Picasso's Up and On One imprint. So that's our brother. We want to keep him alive and just, as much as we can, keep it going.
Can I ask a question? I want to ask a question.
Of course, this. Go ahead, brother.
Where would you say his biggest buzz come from? Like, is it Instagram, Facebook, Spotify? Like where his biggest YouTube? Where his biggest traffic come from?
He went platinum because he went gold and platinum because of.
Y'all heard that? Because of what?
He went out.
I think we lost him. It seemed like he froze.
He'll
TK.
come back.
Yeah, they seem frozen or something.
He's in the Matrix right now. He'll be right back.
It was like that's the big secret and shit. That secret don't supposed to get put out and shit.
Yeah. Because that was a good question.
That
I'm
shit.
trying to see how he generating this buzz like this.
He's in the Matrix.
Here you go. He back. He back.
You back,
He's
TK?
back. Welcome back, brother.
Yeah.
Okay. That's that Porsche. You got to open the sunroof on that Porsche, bro.
Oh,
so you can get
yeah. Hold on, man. You know what I mean, man?
Yeah,
we get a little bit of
Let
that
some
in there,
frequency
man.
out that bulletproof Porsche, man.
Yeah. You know, I got the guys over here, man, in the Bin Laden Sprinter, man. So they got that Al Qaeda with them, man. So we good.
I know they do.
Before you went into the Matrix, TK, Diz had a question for you, and he was asking where did most of GREEDO's buzz come from?
Traffic.
Oh, my bad. GREEDO's buzz, the initial buzz, and this is kind of like for anybody that ever blows a record up in LA. So because of that, I don't get into everybody hood and this and that, but I will speak on it like this. If you live in certain communities, right? Your community, we have communities.
Yeah.
And if you from one of these communities, Watts is one of these communities where shit is, that's the highest concentration of projects in LA. And because of that, it's generational and the outreach. So he started blowing up in the grapes. I mean, hard. So that was his organic thing. And then from the grapes, it became a Watts thing. Then Watts is connected, the dub and the hub is together. So then Compton and Watts started playing it, then started making itself through the east side because it was on Watts, and then it moved to the west side, and then it just became a thing. And it just, and then you had the Mexicans. So it's like your community, your town, and then, the Mexicans that are there, because they really moved the records here, bro. This is a brown town. So they moved the record. So that was on the organic thing, and that's what's kept them alive. But what made him go gold and then platinum is TikTok. TikTok fully embraced the record organically about a year ago. And then they just pushed it. They just, like, everything just started for him on TikTok. A whole new audience started for him. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did TikTok have anything to do with that? Because a lot of artists is blowing the fuck up on that TikTok, man. You on TikTok, that's definitely gold and platinum all day.
Right now, that song, hey, baby, with the and they doing the dance to it. Everybody's doing the dance, but nobody knows who the artist is, but it's blowing the song up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So TikTok is a monster. Once you get that one, it could be, it could just take off from there.
And once they do a dance routine to your shit, it's over.
Yeah.
Challenge, once they do a challenge, nigga, it's a wrap.
Yeah, once you get a dance challenge, it's out of there.
That's it.
Cam, do you have any questions, brother?
Nah, I'm soaking up game from TK. You like,
yeah,
okay.
Like 2022 Jamaican. You got
the brother got his hand. The brother got his hands in multiple fires. He keep multiple fires going. Cam, I got a question for you, brother. I want to be enlightened more about the chlorophyll.
Oh, about the green chlorophyll?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, that's a superfood. It's part of it's a chelation food, chlorophyll, along with cilantro.
Okay.
Them is two foods that if you're trying to get heavy metals or whatever out your bloodstream, out your brain, eat that as much raw chlorophyll and raw cilantro. Like we put on tacos and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Just eat that raw every day, 30 days.
So it's like basically a blood purifier, huh?
Yeah, clean. It pulls the heavy metals and toxins out your blood.
Oh yeah, which is needed, definitely needed. Okay.
Oh wow, that's Cam, brother Craig.
Yeah, brother Craig X, formerly Craig X, Cam Muhammad.
Yeah, peace. Craig, you probably don't remember me. I'm Elmwood is my man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
brother Wood. Dark, but I know the voice in the background sounded familiar, so I just wasn't gonna say nothing if I wasn't sure.
Yeah. When you hear Ken, man, I gotta get you over here, man. I got the young guys over here building.
Oh yeah, I'm already knowing, but I didn't know you was tapped in like that. So yeah, we definitely.
Yeah, man, I'm born in Islam, so my pops is from. I'm not from Chicago, but my pops is from Chicago.
Man, it's all love. Say less. Say less.
Yeah.
It's all love. Whatever you need.
Oh man, it's good. It's good. Now that just took it up a whole nother frequency because
yes, sir. I thought
you
would appreciate the brother being on here.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I would have thought you guys, already have met each other. I know you guys have common bridges. Definitely.
Oh yeah, over the years, I definitely ran into him over the years, and even before that, just being a fan of him being a voice on the west side of the teachings, you know what I mean? And you stood at a time, at the time you was coming out, and I don't think a lot of people know, and I can say this to you too, Yuck, and I can say this to you too, Kenny. I ain't gonna say it was a suppression, but the people that were able to speak over here, because of what's going on in the wilderness out here, is a little different than in other places. Like you never really had like a West Coast goody mob. Like you had Project Blow and you had all that, but like what you were saying, Cam, like peace treaty, like come on, man. What you was able to say on that first album, like I know your first album, I know them songs like. What's the deal? I know them songs like Watts Riot. Yeah. I just know them just the shit you was doing and how you was able to bring it is just it's legendary. And people like a lot of us in rap don't I know what it is to stand. If you say, I'm gonna stand with Farrakhan or I'm gonna stand on this is what I knowledge and this is what I stand on, that's a very hard thing. It's a very hard thing to stand on those things and do business, negotiate business deals with people who are like, well, you're with somebody that's anti-Semitic or you're with something that's against me, and those things are utilized in a business principle to where your recoupment may never come up. Other things like a lot of things like people don't know that like a lot of things behind outside of you getting signed, had to do something. Like both of y'all dealing with dealing with y'all was dealing with the old man, you know what I'm saying, and dealing with how certain people see that. We're like the youngsters now. I don't hide who I am culturally, and I definitely don't hide what I do. I'm not an industry dude. I don't really be out at spots like that so that I can take a hard stance. So when you see somebody, like my respect for certain people may not be it may not be what people think it is, because they actually support what I do, whether they support it in a boardroom and say that doesn't matter to me. They're not in objection to what I'm doing because I'm doing it the same way that they stand up for their culture. So as long as I'm making money and I'm not like, I don't do drugs, I'm not gonna be tricking off with you, I'm not gonna be doing the things that will put me in a bag for you to do that. But y'all didn't have nobody like that behind the scenes, like right doing business that could say, well, you know what, this is what we're on this, but what does that have to do with turning these records in? And really, what does that have to do with changing this royalty rate? And you didn't have anybody that quick that could go into it, bow, 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 bow. So when the game has changed now to where I'm with people's sons and like Kenny's, his daughter, you were generational people in hip hop now who grew up a certain way. Who grew up, if I was born a certain way, you were born a certain way. They were born like that twice, and they've been able to continue things that we couldn't do, and it's really no bowing down. There's no reason now for you not to be able to do and say what you want to say. So I had to salute that, Ken, for you for just standing up for your morals, being a civilized man, and standing up as an original man for something that was other than that. Because you went against, some of the most powerful forces, whether wrong or right. You took a stand. You took a stand. So I had to always salute that.
Yes, sir. And I salute that as well, Brother Cam. We definitely salute you and give you your flowers now, brother, because you stood strong and you still you never abandoned your post. Never abandoned your post, my brother. And we see you and we acknowledge that. You saying you educating your people and you doing what the civilized man duty is to do, is to civilize the uncivilized. And we salute you for that, my brother.
Man, I salute y'all back. And our teacher and leaders say that the best of his people is still in the street. So y'all in the streets that's fighting this beast head on from different ways and different angles. So I was just on Front Street a little more. That don't mean my struggle was harder. You know,
Yeah.
You in the mud, you in the mud. So
Yes, sir. Yes,
salute
sir.
all of us.
What's up?
Yes, sir.
Quick question. Why we on the religious tip? What's the difference between a 5% and a Muslim?
Well, we come like so. This because I was a born Muslim, so dealing with the 5%. My family been involved with the 5% since the 80s. So me, I grew up around it, but it's just something I always knowledge 120, and that comes from supreme wisdom from the Nation of Islam, right? So the basic thing is we acknowledge that the black man is God, right? Ain't no mystery God, ain't no spook. Hell is at the bottom of my feet, and heaven goes no further than the top of my head. So we demystify God. Ain't no God is the black man, and there's no religion. I don't believe in nothing, but I acknowledge everything. So what that means is that my belief system is based on knowledge. That knowledge is the foundation of everything. So I would say the nation is a religion, but it deals with the high science of Islam. We deal with what we call I God. So I God come from Islam, but our culture is I God. So our thing is to teach first the black man, and then all civilized families on the planet Earth. About the black man being God. That's how I see it. The brother can speak on how he see it too.
You want to touch on that, Kingpin?
Oh no, I was letting you brothers speak on it because we got one brothers with the nation and one brothers with the 5%. I think you guys can build on that better than I could. But I do have extensive knowledge with the nation because I was basically born and raised in the nation. But this basically is a conversation for you guys because I'm Sunni Muslim now, brother. I've been Sunni Muslim for about 20 years now.
Right.
But I am still your brother, indeed.
And that's what I want to touch on. So we actually got all three, different angles of the expression of Islam. So the Nation of Islam, which is founded by Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, or his teacher, who we recognize to be what God did, because he came to let us know that we are God. He called us his uncle, and I'm talking about a man called Master Fard Muhammad, F-A-R-D Muhammad. So that's the teacher of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that made himself known in America in 1930. He was born in Mecca, Arabia in 1877. His father was a jet black man, original black man, and his mother was a Caucasian woman. So he was born, his mother was from the Caucasus Mountains, and his mother was from the family, the bloodline of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. That's what we taught. He's made out of two extremes, the original and the opposite of original. So he mastered the nature of both and all in between, so he can do justice to both. He can offer salvation to both and all people in between, and he can issue chastisement and remove anybody that don't want to be themselves. But as far as the definition in like TK was saying of Islam, is as interpreted by the Nation of Islam. Islam, of course, is an Arabic word that just means peace. It means submission. It means just surrender your wants and wills to do the will of somebody else, and which of course is mathematical truth. So it's not a personality. You submitting to truth. It has to be able to be shown and proven that it's true. So we submit to that. So Islam is the way to peace. And like TK was saying, Allah is the thing that's in question. Like who is Allah? Who and what is Allah? So according to Islam and the Holy Quran and all of that, Allah is a He. Allah has hands. Allah has eyes. You know what I'm saying? Allah has emotions and all of that. And if we look around, whoever the creator is, he, she, it, whatever created all physical creation, the cosmos, the stars, the planets, the suns, the moons, they all physical. So if God was a spook, what kind of joy or satisfaction would he or she or it get out of creating all physical creation? So we can prove, like TK say, ultimately that the human being is God. We're the supreme being. There's no being in existence that can be shown and proven that's superior to the human being. So a lot of people got issue with that in the Orthodox Muslim world, but that's something that we're supposed to come to the table and reason about, because either way, we still agree that we're supposed to do good and do the 5 pillars of the faith and treat people the way we want to be treated and all of that. So we just believe our reward is here while we live. Our heaven is here while we live. Nobody can show and prove us no heaven after you die. Nobody came back from the afterlife and told you how good it was. So I can't bank on something that ain't nobody never showed me no proof of. So our heaven and our hell, our God and our devil is right here.
Actual fact.
Yes, sir.
Well said. Well said.
Well said.
LQ, what's up with the Sunni? Is that different?
It's a slightly different. As Muslims, we believe that there is no God but God, the creator of all things in existence, heaven and earth and all in between. And we believe that the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, is the last and final prophet. And the Sunnah is his example. Now, and I testify to that, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. I also understand how Islam had to be presented in a special way to the black man here in the wilderness of North America. I totally understand how it may have had to been broke down to a certain curriculum to be digested by our people. But I do know that Master Farad Muhammad read the Quran, that the minister Farrakhan reads the Quran, and the Quran is taught in the Nation of Islam. So the truth is there for all of us to bear witness to.
Yes, sir.
It's real.
And that's my take on it.
So we all on it's like we all going up the same mountain. We might be going up the east side, somebody else going up the west side, somebody else go up the north and the south side. So we all gonna see different things. It's moss, different kind of shadow and different kind of vegetation and rocks going up this side, but that side might see something else. So I can't say his side is wrong. They can't say my side is wrong. We just don't see the same thing till we get high enough up, and then we like,
Exactly.
oh, okay. All of it was correct. It was true. Your path was true. My path was true. His path was true. We all was up the same mountain. So we're looking for the things we can agree on, not things that we don't see. I don't see that. I don't see that on my side.
I believe we are all creations of the Creator, and the message will always be delivered to a people who need it most at a particular time by a particular person, and only Allah is the choice and judge of that, and He makes that choice. None of us do. Allah make Muslims, we don't.
Yeah, and I agree to that. What my brothers were saying, to the fact that here in the wilderness of North America, we would, if you look at the people that have been debased, how we've been debased. When you taken from something, you're gonna be left with this psychological wanting. And any black man, it wouldn't be no Islam in America without the Nation of Islam. That's a fact. So there was things that came a little bit. The MST came before that. You had Deuce Ali. You had different people. You had people that came from West Africa that actually came and were practicing Sunni Muslims. But what changed America is Elijah Muhammad, right? Fard was the first person to bring it, but Elijah Muhammad taught Islam in the can. He was in the can. This is a short, powerful man. The father taught Islam, Father Allah, as we say in the nation. Allah taught Islam in Mattawan, in a criminal institution for the insane. So, I got one of my Airlights right now. His name is Crip Jesus. That's King L from 40s.
Yeah.
He risked his life in at least 6 institutions in California teaching, mathematics. And he had, because, like coming from these communities here, you're going to have problems. The Imam might be a Crip or a Blood.
Right.
You feel me? So you're going to have, and if he got all the privileges, he got this, and he might say everything you saying and teaching is haram. You teaching people this is against the Sunnah. There ain't no man doing this, but he's a black man. So he understands we are shorter in numbers in the can that we are out here. And he has to make a call for your life. So ultimately, I feel like it's our duty, all of our duty is people that are over here in the wilderness to raise each other up. I don't really be, I myself, I don't deal with division. I know what I knowledge, I do it. But at the end of the day, my kids, your kids, eventually our grandkids, they're up against a systemic thing to hold them down and make them feel inferior and do it. I done been to a masjid, and I've been to masjids all over the world, right? Because I had the opportunity, and I had people treat me very well, as we say, with cold currents, right? Just because I'm a knowledge seed, as we say, I'm a dog, I'm a black man, so I'm a knowledge seed. That they not with that, and I can feel that, and I'm supposed to be in the house of God, so I'm not tripping on it, but I acknowledge it. When I get around my people, it's human things that are gonna come up, but because we got one mind, Allah is one mind. We gonna send, we gonna build, we gonna talk, and no matter how it is, everything that we saying on here, we conduct ourselves like civilized people. And when shit go wrong, it's my duty, right? It's a penalty or reward for justice. It's my duty to do what I'm doing now. It ain't no, like I said, even beyond, I take it beyond like ideology or just studying, 110 or studying the math or studying out. Man, the ideology is ain't no spooking nothing I do. I don't look for no label to save me. I don't look for no man to save me. I have to be my own self-savior in the fact that, man, I can't just be running my mouth. I gotta show and prove. So to hear, like I said, to hear Cam, to hear Kenny, you're hearing, I'm hearing black men show and prove, right, that Allah is one. So it's like the ideology, the differences that we have from an ideological standpoint is just that. They're just differences. It don't with the same goal. If I'm out, if you need me in Watts or Compton, we just did something at V Gaines out in Inglewood yesterday, right? I fed the babies, paid for everything out of my pocket, alkaline food based on Dr. Sebi. And we sat right there. You on Inglewood, man. You right on La Brea. Anything could pop off right now. You feel me? But it's not gonna pop off for us because we out there with
Thank
our
you for
kids.
feeding the Inglewood kids, bro.
Feeding the babies,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah, we gonna do that regardless, bro. And I go to your neighborhood, I pop out in the east. I know some good brothers from everywhere, bro. They come in the name of Allah. And I can't do nothing but build with them on continuing that. So I deal with that. And that's why I feel like in the music business, you ain't like I was literally just joking with my guy in the car about they was talking about new terms and swag and drippy and this and that. I was like, man, I still say I grew up when my old head said freak. He's a freak. That nigga's a freak. You know what I mean? She's a freak. So I was like, I still say that. You feel me? I'm like, yeah, he's on some freaky shit. He popping them pills. They on some weirdo shit, right? So I'm at a point, G, it's just for us to build and change the minds of the people. And the music is one of the greatest ways that we could do it. Now, I made a lot of money off of people popping pills and saying that and promoting a life. So that's why I was saying from the beginning of this conversation, the murder of young black men by other black men, I have to give back. And that's what the new group I have is the Allah unit. We say Detroit, we call it D Mecca. So I lived out there for a couple of years when I was a teenager. So that's the home of Islam in America. I've been in the Black Bottoms. My man, we bought a old Shabazz restaurant out there. Our whole thing is about preserving our culture, right? So, Yuck, you from up there, like, and you from up there in the Bay, like, who is I forgot, it was one the Mac. He from Vallejo, right? Back in the day, right?
Right,
So
right, right.
it should be an Oakland or Bay Area hip hop museum, and you shouldn't let Stanford be the people to put that out and look at it from they're gonna look at it as anthropology. They're gonna look
Right.
at it as something that has nothing to do with aunties, grandmamas, the people that lived it. They're gonna look at it like you look at something in the wildlife, something that has no feeling, right? So all three of us talking about Islam, bro, it was a thing that they had at the museum on Adams 2 years ago. They had you in there, Laquan. They had you in there, Cam. They had all of the guys I could think. They had every form of Islam that was there. They had Chuck D in there. They had KMD when they was with Malachi York. They had everything you could think of, right? But guess what? I didn't see none of y'all there, and it fucked with my heart, and it more importantly, it fucked with my brain because I'm like, they have no connection. They didn't even try to contact
They
the
didn't even
people.
know it existed.
Right. You just thought these were like people that you were looking at. You didn't. These people are here in LA. These are people that are here in LA. It was crazy. So
I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know about it. How long ago was this?
This was 3 to 4 years ago. I called Chase. I was like, bro, you got to get the word out. It was like a 2-week exhibit. I was like, you got to get the word out. Everybody got to see this shit. This is some bullshit. You got to see this crazy for yourself. Yeah, and that's why we got to make sure that all those early things or that era that y'all had in 95 or this era in 2000, like those things have to be preserved, not only from like who buys the sync works on that. Like I help a lot of older artists in New York. Look, what people don't know, if you put out a 12-inch in the 80s, you probably don't have any fucking royalties. They took all them people royalties. And I don't know if y'all know this, not to be in people business, but the majority of people that signed on Jive Records before 2000 didn't get their publishing.
Wow.
So imagine that. Yeah, it's a lot of people. The actual people that came in and got their royalties and have a song right now that's been rocking, it'll be 30 years, is Souls of Mischief. They were the first group that got their fucking publishing that was a rap group over there.
Shout out my nigga A Plus.
Yeah,
they was
shout out to the A Plus of the whole Souls of Mischief family.
Yeah, they been on their brand and shit, man. They got the whole high road day that be out there in the Bay Area was like 30, 40 fucking block party, like a fucking city. Like they take over the whole city, my G.
Yeah,
like 4 or 5 different 4 or 5 different stages going down at once. But since I got my guys in here, man, this is a powerful conversation, man. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room, man. Reparations, man. Do you guys think that we're not getting reparations because we call ourselves Black Americans instead of African Americans or Indigenous Americans? We don't really have no race or no culture that we attach ourselves to. Black is a color. It's not a race. You know what I mean? We don't got nobody saying I'm tan American, I'm orange American, I'm yellow American. You know, we the only ones saying we Black American. You know what I mean? So is it identity? If we identify with ourselves, do you think we'll get our reparations, or how y'all feel about that?
That's a subject. Like I know the Moorish Science Temple is heavy on nationality and saying that Black is a term, a white people term of non-nationality, but that's if we relying on white people to define us. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure we had our original nationality when they grabbed us in Africa and made us slaves. They didn't whatever our nationality was, they didn't care about that.
They definitely didn't take time to even have a concern about that. They just wanted the labor.
Yeah, and if they pull you over in some hick town in the middle of the night, you can have all the nationality papers you want. They're gonna do what they've been doing to us.
Yeah, that won't stop you from being on that tree, huh?
Right.
I'm just talking about reparations, man. Like they giving these people that's coming across the border like 500 million, all types of shit. Like, why we not getting no money? I mean, we got a fucking look, LQ. We got a fucking Obama phone, man. Come on, they gotta do something for us, man. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, we know we are due, but we've been due a lot of things and haven't received our just due. So I mean, I think it's gonna be a fight like everything else. You know, this establishment has showed they're not really trying to give us nothing substantial, no real tangibles. You know, no real tangibles.
And then my thing is like, okay, so then what they gonna do? All right, they gonna line us up and say, all right, we got to get everybody DNA to see if what part of Africa you came from, what part of the slave thing come from. Then they gonna try to swab us with some shit that's gonna give us monkey tails and shit. And then they swab us with the goddamn thing, they gonna fuck us up. And then we all talk about giving the money. We got the money, try to remove the motherfucking tail off your ass.
Y'all know that y'all know that we was all born. Most of us was born and raised as Christians, so we was having a kind of a religious-based conversation a few seconds ago. So the fact is, we got to look at it's in the Bible, Quran, and all of that. The prophecy says a certain people that's going to be enslaved for 400 years, right? And them is the people of God, and the people that was enslaving them, the ruler, the Pharaoh, and the Egyptians that was enslaving them for 400 years, they didn't want to let them go and give them what was due to them, gold and all that stuff. So it had to be 9 plagues that Moses, called down, and it's COVID right now, right? They said that according to America's record books, they said the first slaves was brought here in 1619, right? What's 400 years from 1619? It's 2019. At the end of 2019 is when COVID hit.
2019.
Right? Is that a coincidence?
So we got 9 more years.
If we crying about reparations, then we got to look at everything else that's lining up to that's saying exactly who we are and how the prophecy say we finally got our reparations in our promised land and all of that. It took plagues. Pharaoh wasn't going to just let us go and give us what they owe us. They had to get their ass, spanked by some higher power, our collective willpower.
Well, yeah.
Well, this article right here.
We had to go to war with the Canaanites. We had to actually go to war. And a lot of us punked out and died in the wilderness.
This article right here reads that the U.S. is moving forward for LGBT reparations.
Man, what the fuck, man? Come on, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, the letter gang got theirs before us? Like, god damn.
I mean, at this
the U.S. is moving forward with LGBT reparations.
Reparations for what?
Let me read something.
What the fuck they get reparations for getting for having sex with each other? Like, what do they get reparations for? Like, what the fuck? Slander people, comedians making jokes about them. Like, what the fuck do they get reparations for?
Hey,
they definitely ain't get.
That
you the ones voted for them, though.
Fight for LGBT. They came in June 29th, 2021. Congress decides to go forward with reparations for LGBT because they cannot have fair rights that can't include reparations. It must include reparations.
I don't even get that. I don't understand. So they gonna get?
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
So if
I get it.
So he said, "I get it."
I totally get it. It makes perfect sense.
So how
the anal cavity must get paid for being demolished over all these years.
Sheesh.
I'm gonna give you something to drink on that one. That's crazy.
Let's have a toast to that. Empowering male duty.
I can't roll.
Can't rock with
yeah, I'm good on that, man. I'm good on that shit.
But yeah,
as far as our people, I think it's right now. I think it's just a endless conversation that really never materialized. There's a lot of calculation to do monetarily and sweat equity and so forth in terms of compensating us for the hell and the turmoil that we've been through,
right,
in Africa and here. So we are a pillaged property from Africa. So they got to pay us, twice, basically. And also in terms of nationality, I've always noticed that, like, most cases you'll get like Caucasian, you get Asian, you get Hispanic, and then you get African American, then you get African, then you get East African, and African is usually the one you see more of. You see multiple Africans. Every other nationality or race or quote unquote is only one. Why is that? Because there's the division amongst an intentional division amongst us as African people. There's an intent to divide us in every way, from every angle. All you have to do is play close attention.
That's fact.
Good point.
And then I say this too. Like, if you say reparations, I'm gonna say like me. I know my opinion. That's is definitely not popular, but I'm gonna say do for self. That's what I always say. And you can't look for somebody. You can't look for somebody to whoop your ass to then be like,
Right.
I never had a squad with somebody, whether I won or they won, and we wanted to be like, we was trying to hurt each other. I never wanted to hang out with somebody that I whooped their ass or they put dogs on me like that, and we was in, like, we really went at it. I wouldn't even trust you to be my guy like that. Like, I ain't talking about
Exactly.
somebody you
Yeah.
cool with. I'm just saying somebody you was at the club or y'all got into it, and then we like, nah, we cool. We came to whatever. I know nobody takes an ass whooping cool. No, like that's not just cool like that. So they've been whooping our ass for hundreds of years. So
Right.
I would never, as we say, you're not going to, I hold a sword over the devil here. I'm not going to look at them to just be like, nah, we going to do it. It'll be forced economically on them. And that's one thing that by Yuck, you having this platform, us being speakers, economically, you're gaining a certain level of intellectual property off this. So when enough of us, I could tell y'all something that's so crazy, like with YouTube. Anybody that monetizes off YouTube, right? They constantly change what's going on YouTube because of us.
Yep.
Because of us. I'm just telling you, the YouTube ads, the shit that we can, man, I know people at one time that was able, it always changes. It's never a fair game. You talk about Silicon Valley. What is the percentage of us? The metaverse just got launched. Inside the metaverse, I don't even know if you guys know this or saw it. People were actually amongst them because there's not enough of us. They were actually selling meta slaves. They were selling meta. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So it's like
Come on,
none
man.
of
Are
the
you serious?
Oh
I
man, you
swear,
just
man. Look up,
wait a minute, wait a minute.
look up metaverse slaves. Look at that, meta slaves. So you would be able to do that because this is what goes on because we're not included in that. So how much of that, like I said, once again, for reparations, why would it be any different than anything else in America where it wouldn't be something attached to the higher percentage? Why I wouldn't understand why that would happen anyway. You know what I mean?
Well, I
Since
think my bottom line, excuse me, brother, I don't mean to cut your wisdom. I think it's an
no,
unpayable debt. It's an unpayable debt. I think the conversation in itself is a distraction. Let's get to the bottom of it now. I just been listening to what everybody got to say because I think it was an excellent question, Yuck. But I think the conversation of reparation is a conversation that can never be fulfilled with any real action because it's an unpayable debt. Okay? So, and they know that.
Yeah, they know that they can't pay back all the lives that they took and all of that, but
Come on.
it's an effort. Like if they can carve out a spot in Palestine called Israel in 1948, you know what I'm saying, and provide them with their own separate state and territory, state of the art technology and weapons and all of that, and billions of dollars per year for the last 72 years, and it only took them 3 years back in 1945 to get that done. Imagine how fast they can get that done today.
Exactly.
They don't want to do it. They can do it, but
Mm-hmm.
we're legal captives. This, like I said, this is something that our ancestors and oracles and prophets wrote. They wrote why they wasn't going to let us go, what they was going to put us through, what it's going to take. And just like TK just said, our reparations is separation.
Yeah.
Separation is our reparation.
Hey, that's why I live in the Dominican Republic, man. I just stick that motherfucker.
Not to interrupt you guys. Let me read this to you guys.
Yes, sir.
February 7th, 2022. Racism reaches an all-time high in the metaverse. A man spent $200,000 to buy African-American digital slaves.
What?
Oh.
I'm in the NFT space, and as soon as that happened, when we first knew about it, all of us went crazy because this is something.
Now
you can't get that took off the blockchain. What's called the blockchain?
Nah, look. So So imagine that. What I'm trying to say is that if you're not included, if there's not one of us, or if there's not a bunch of us in something, then that leaves them to by themselves to say, you know what, this doesn't hurt me because it doesn't affect me or my family. So I'm gonna do it. It's funny to me. Oh, I thought that, and that's what they were trying to say. Oh, we didn't know, we didn't do this. Why would you think it's funny? Because that is what's being given to them almost, I'm not going to say instinctively, but it's definitely something that's been going around.
Okay.
And it's part of this. So we have to counter that every day. Once again, you said something good, Kenny. The distractive feature that's going on right now is to get us to talk about and think about other things, as opposed to every day saying, I got something that I have to do. We have, like I said, man, if you in corporate America and I guess, I don't know what Oprah does, but I know that, there's certain people that are fighting in certain corporate situations. They have to fight every day to get recognition. You have to fight. So I would say, if you're a bus driver and you driving for MTA, based on that system, somebody else might get a raise over you. I mean, I feel like we fight over everything that we have. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter what people say, that we almost like a symbiotic being. It's almost like we all together. Like, we don't see it. Like, it shouldn't take me and you going to jail. I shouldn't have to kill you on the street, and then me and you go to jail and you give me a sword and say, yeah, the Mexicans, they finna do this tonight. Just have this. You shouldn't have to be a Damu and I be a Kiwi for you to understand. Like, we on this, now we speaking SWAT. Nah, man, it shouldn't. You've missed a whole level. So I do want to say that we need to be, it needs to be more things like this, Yuck. It needs to be more things where it's not just like no, I don't know, man. It's not no old school shit like how they used to do back in the day. Like, the kids are killing each other and doing all this shit at a different rate. It's not even like we all of us came from the drug years. So it was almost put in our brains to say, well, if it's $1 million over there, I could understand why they did. That was almost put in our brains, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some money over there. They killed them. Oh yeah, they supposed to do that. That was almost put in our brains. That's not happening right now, right? So we actually went way. Our parents went through things direct. The manifestations of evil and the devil that came from them were based on racism. So we not really dealing. The 29 people that got shot in New York last weekend, you might want to look that up on the internet and look at some of them last names that got shot. And then you might want to look at some of the shooters. Yeah, man. So it's way deeper than that now. So that's what I try to reverse with this, because I'll be the first man to tell you I help propagate. Like, Ken, where you took a stand, I didn't take a stand like that. And once again, I have to be real with my most people not going to get on any platform and say that I was party to the downfall of our race. But you got to change. I was part of the downfall of our people, because you are subjugating your people to a certain way of thinking when things go. And that's why is Jay-Z conscious now? Why he got dreads? Why he look, man, you, no matter what money you get to, I've been in rooms where they ask you, what does your dad do? Oh, okay. Yeah. What your mom, and what did your grandparents do? And what did your great-grand, why do they keep going back to that? Because they finna show you your American bloodline. They not showing, man, it's no set date to what we do. You feel me? It's older than it's no beginning nor end. It's the Alpha and Omega, and it's older than the sun, moon, and star. We don't have we didn't even take time how they do things. But our lineage here has a definitive starting point, and the higher ups you get, when you get in them rooms with certain people, don't let them fool you, bro. It ain't never gonna change on that. It'll never change. And just because you got $1 billion or $100 million, that's a systemic thing. Your child will be called something in school if you go to those schools.
Well, Kanye is proof to that.
Yeah, I mean, and you see what he going through. It doesn't matter. He's a billionaire. Jordan can go through it. Anybody. Oprah Winfrey went through it at the Louis Vuitton store in Chicago, and she was the most recognizable black woman on the planet. It has nothing to do with that. So I know it's a long tangent. I just wanted to say, once again, my whole purpose of being on here was that this is something based on who you are, Yuck, that allows us to speak at this level. You're not on here, man, so-and-so slept with so-and-so and all this goofy ass shit. You are able to speak like this, and that's very important. So yeah.
Right. Well, you know what? This conversation is so deep, man. Before we even exit, I want to tell every brother on this panel, I love you as a brother, man. We don't take enough time to show love to each other. And that's what we need to start doing, man. So from me to y'all, I love my brother, man. I love you, brother.
You too.
Hey, man. That's peace, man.
Hey, man,
Real
Salute,
black man.
salute. Come on,
I
Gooch. You know we love you.
motherfucker tonight, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? Good looking out,
Yeah.
man. Y'all, man. Oh, you know what? One thing, man, I gotta show Cam real quick because
That boy in Puerto Rico. Oh.
Oh yeah, he did. He said he was down there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he on the. I've been to Dominica. That's one side is the Dominican Republic. The other side is Haiti.
so look, I lived in LA, you know what I'm saying? I grew up with Cube and all that, you know, with the thing. And I always knew, man, from when I was little, man, you don't be playing around with that motherfucking W, because that W stood for motherfucking Watts, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying it was overstood from this man right here. And I just want to say, somebody made this for me, bro. But I'm thinking about NFT in this one day. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, that motherfucker nice. That motherfucker nice, boy.
Look at that shit.
Who was that? Ice Cube actual hand? Like who? The Cam hand? That's Cam shit.
I'm just like Cam's hand. Fuck it.
That's
And I'm
Tupac
thinking about
shit.
ESPN this.
Look at this dude.
This nigga got the big ass beat. Y'all niggas with these hands. Oh my god, man.
Like some kind of crystal shit, man. This shit is it's about 20 pounds, 25 pounds.
Oh, yeah, you can NFT the shit out of that.
Shit hard though. But yeah, shout out to y'all. You know, man, I learned a lot of shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Very informational brother, man. Both all y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I learned a lot, man. Definitely, man. We gotta get you back on here, T. Definitely.
Oh man, that's good, man. Y'all look for that announcement. Like I said, this was the first platform we had. We're gonna be on 300, and y'all gonna see the young brother. He once again, I just got my hands on him, not even under a month. He from the community out here. He from the 30s, and he pushing the line. But just know who behind him and watch. And then Cam, you know brother Greg.
Which Greg?
Greg from over there in the 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Greg is our security.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So you know, I'm always gonna be with my brother. So I just want to tell everybody salute, and I'll be tapping in as everything goes. Yeah, I get my line from the homie, man, and let's make it happen.
Let's do it. Let's do it, TK. For sure. Thanks for popping up.
My man.
Thank you, TK.
Peace.
And thank you, Cam, man. You just popped in on a sneak tip, like, hey, what's happening, man? You feel me? It's always a treat when the players meet. You feel me?
Yes, sir. I'm a fan. I'm soaking up game, and I need to be around, you know, my brotherhood, my peers, you know, to stay positive and stay sharp. So we sharpen each other, man. So I love it.
Hell yeah, Gooch. What you got, mate? What you got going?
Hey man, it's been a great one. This one is so amazing. It's really nothing else to talk about. I want to leave it on this positive
leave it
note.
on a good note, man. Cam gonna take
okay, hold on. Let's do it the right way. Hold on.
He gonna take a hit of sea moss. What's that up in that container?
my ionic colloidal silver. So
okay, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Reactivate everybody.
Bye.
Boom. Chat room bros, I love y'all. We had a great one, brother Cam. Thank you.
Cam, what could they get that at? You said you was about to shout out where they could get the stuff.
Oh yeah. Ionic colloidal silver. Y'all do your homework, due diligence on what colloidal silver is. I can't really go into it on a little situation, but it's you know, silver is mentioned in the Bible, Quran, ancient Egypt, and all that. It's the strongest natural antiviral known to science. It's been suppressed by the FDA and other people for, you know, decades now. I've been making it for my family by 12 years, and you know, about 2 years when this pandemic hit, you know, I started making it available for, you know, my community or whatever. So you can, you know, check me out, westcoastcam.com. You know, and it's a breakdown about explaining, you know, more detail in the physics and the science of it or whatever. So westcoastcam.com.
Off top. And we out this motherfucker, mate. Wonder Twins, deactivate. Young Cam, TK. Motherfucking Kenny Kingpin, man. Dismos, man. We did the motherfucking most, man. Salute to my brothers. We out. Salute to everybody in the chat, too. Deactivate.